So, welcome again at the Prague University of Economics and Business at the webinar, All You Need to Know About Moving to Prague. And this webinar is held for the new admitted students at our faculty for students of international programs. And I am just here only as, let's say, host of this event, but I will be not the speaker. For speakers, we have here our students, which are also our students ambassador, Alicia and Adil, and they prepared a very good presentation about everything you need to know about Prague before coming here. And after the presentation, you will have also the possibility to ask them or me any questions regarding this topic or even regarding any other issue you would like to ask our students. So I hope you will enjoy it. And now I am going to give the word to Alicia and Adil.
Hello everyone. So Adil, if you can please share the presentation.
Sure, give me a second. Just let me know if it's visible.
Can you please maybe click F5?
Yeah. Sorry, I have some troubleshoot with the PowerPoint, but just a second. Yep. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep.
Yes, just a second. My laptop is really slow today. So, do you want to start, Alicia, or do you want me to start?
Yeah, I think you can start.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I apologize one more time for technical issues. My laptop is just a little bit old, so I will need to change it anytime soon, but it's not a fact. And hi everyone, welcome and congratulations. If you're here, it means that you got it in. So first of all, well done. And we are really happy to have you here in our university, in our faculty. My name is Adil and my colleague is Alicia, and together we're going to walk you through everything we wish someone had told us before moving to Prague. Well, in my case, it was 6 years ago. So don't worry, it's nothing scary, mostly the fun stuff and the new learn from our mistake moments, let's say. So here's the small picture of like Czech traditional, because Czech people really love beer. So welcome to Prague for new admitted students of class 2026-2027. Today's speakers, it's, as I mentioned already, me and Alicia. We are both doing our master's program in economic data analysis, focusing to data analysis and modeling. Here at the Faculty of Informatics and Statistics, and we're both originally from Kazakhstan, so we know exactly what it's like to move countries and figure out all from scratch, basically. So think of us less as official speakers and more as to students who have already made the rookie mistakes, so you don't have to do that. And let's start. So why Prague? Honestly, the city sells itself. You've got gorgeous architecture everywhere, Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, basically every postcard that you have ever seen in your life. There are tons of parks, greenery, so it never feels like a concrete jungle. Living here is pretty affordable compared to a lot of European capitals. Your money goes a long way. And the best part of for travel is Prague sits right in the middle of Europe. There are cheap flights, train, buses. You can be in another country in a couple of hours, and we will come back to that later. But it's one of my favorite things about living here, actually. And let's go for the what to pack. A few things from experience. Number one, your passport. This is the main thing, and visa if required. For example, if you are from European countries, you don't need to have the Schengen visa, obviously. But speaking of the experience, just it's better to have it there in place. From the clothing wise, summers are short but genuinely hot, and winters are long and gray. So bring layers and rainproof jacket, especially in autumn. And for example, it's already June, but we have a lot of rainy days now. So it will be better to have it basically. You'll be walking a lot here and you will need everything. Bring your chargers and couple of Europe adapters, so there are differentiations, so you'll need to have it because it's basically two things, not like American one. So people who had experience on that, they will know it. So bring small first aid kit, and honestly bring few small things from home, like some cultural food, some sweets, so you can share it with your future colleagues, classmates, dorm mates, and it will be kind of icebreaker for you to meet them, to talk, and at least to start some topic for the discussion. And what not to pack is basically like blankets, bed linens, and pillows. Dorms provide them and even swap them out of twice a week, so you're covered on that. Kitchen supplies and appliances, they are too bulky, so they will be having a lot of space in your luggages. We have a lot of options here. Stores as Lidl, Kaufland, IKEA, Alza. They are providing with all necessary supplies that you will need. And it's only one-time investment basically, so you will not need to have a new pan in 1 year, right? So basically it's better to buy it one time only here. Potential shared items. Meet your roommates first and split things between you. You can just talk with each other and decide what to buy in the first place, so you will not be basically spending a lot of money on everything at once, so you can just split it and you can use it one by one. So this is really handy, and I think we are quite yes. This is the new section which will be covered by Alicia. First steps upon
Yeah.
arrival.
So let's say you already packed, you've made it to Prague, and what do you do now? And I think first thing first, you need to get around. And Prague has a really great public transport. And the key thing you need to know is that you can open a Pidlitačka, which is basically a transit pass, and you can get it either as a physical car or just download the app on your phone and purchase a pass. For students, there's a huge discount, so it's very cheap, and I personally recommend the app to just carry around with you everywhere you go. And a lot of you will be flying from the Prague airport and heading straight to the dorms in Yarov campus, where I currently live in. So there are two main routes. Of course, you can take a taxi, but for example, for me, the first time I made a mistake of taking an Uber, and it cost like 80 euros, I think. So there are two options we would suggest. Option one is to take the bus, which is called Airport Express, to Hlavní nádraží, which is the main train station in Prague. And just be aware that this Airport Express does not accept the Pidlitačka, so you'll need to buy a separate ticket. I think it costs 100 crowns now. And from there, you would just hop on the tram 9 to Strážný. That is a stop right by the dorms. Option 2, which I personally use a lot, is just take bus 59 to Nadrži, Veleslavin. Then you will switch to the metro line A to Museum, Mustak, sorry, and from there take tram 9 to Strazhny. It sounds quite a lot. It takes 1 hour approximately, and you have heavy luggage. I would recommend the Airport Express. And once you're settled and you want to explore beyond Prague, which is you absolutely should, and Adela will cover that part. Pitlitachka also covers some regional buses, and for trains we got České dráhy and RegioJet, both of which have student discounts as well. So okay, next up we have, I think, money and a phone number. Adil? Yep, thank you. So these are two really important things. You don't want to be without them walking around the city. So for banking, I would strongly recommend going with a bank that has English language service, because navigating Czech without speaking Czech is quite hard. So I would say the most popular choice among international students is Raiffeisen Bank. The staff, because the staff are used to dealing with international students, people, and the app works well. But if you prefer fully digital banking, you can open an Air Bank, which is also a great option. And of course, we have Česká spořitelna, which is the major Czech bank. But reviews from international students are mixed in terms of English support. So just be prepared for that if you go to that option. And for the SIM cards and carriers, so as soon as you land, you will obviously need data. And if you need something temporarily, you can get an eSIM even before coming to Prague, which is what I did. But once you're settled, the main carriers are Vodafone, O2, T-Mobile. All of them are similar in terms of price. They also have some students plans. So just choose whatever is comfortable for you. And the next one, please. Yep. So this is really important, and nobody thinks about it until they need it, and that's the worst time to figure it out. Prague has very good healthcare, but the language barrier is an issue. Most general practitioners and specialists will speak Czech and not always English, so it's worth knowing in advance which hospitals are international student friendly. And we listed a few of them. For example, Canadian Medical, it is very popular with expats and international students. They're fully English speaking staff. There's also Nemocnice na Homolce. It has good facilities, international patient office, and there's also, I think, Poliklinika na Narodní, which is right in the city center, but it's quite touristy. However, it is, again, expat friendly, English friendly, and model hospital. But a couple of practical tips. First, you also always have to check which facilities are covered by your insurance before you go, because it varies a lot depending on what your insurance plan is and the provider. Second, if you end up somewhere where no one speaks English, you can bring a translation app, or it would be better to bring a local friend who speaks Czech and can help you. And the biggest piece of advice from this slide is just to register with a general practitioner before you actually need one, to not wait until you're sick, because it takes time. And if you're going to get sick, unfortunately, you'll be very glad that you sorted it out before. So I think last thing in this section would be IC cards. Yep. And this is your basically university ID, but it does a lot more than just prove that you're a student. So practically speaking, it will get you into the accommodation, into the dormitories, and also let you book some sport facilities, some university resources. You will need it to access the library. But beyond campus, the ISIC is the only internationally recognized student card. You can see it's valid in 113 countries, and it has a huge range of different discounts on transportation, museums, shops, and more. And you will probably be using this constantly. And to get it, you order it through INSYS, which is the university student portal. You will get familiar with INSYS very quickly. And collection starts in September. So just do this as early as possible once you have the access to INSYS. And now let's talk about actually living in Prague. Day to day. Yep. Everyday life.
I will be covering this part once again. So,
I think I covered this part.
oh, you do? Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. So let's start just with the essential, where to shop, and most importantly, where to buy groceries. There's plenty of options. Lidl and Kaufland are located near the dormitories and also there's 2 Lidls near the university. And they're very budget friendly, great quality for the price, and you'll find them basically everywhere, especially Lidl. There's also think something happened. Let me just write to Adil. Second.
Yeah, sorry for that. My laptop is died actually. So, Alish, I think you have the copyright.
Second then. Everyday life. Yep, I have it. Let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So for the stores, for the groceries, I already mentioned Lidl and Kaufland. There's also Albert and Tesco, and I would say those are my favorite ones, but they're slightly mid-range. They're not as cheap as Lidl and Kaufland, and Bila tends to be a little smaller. Still great options, great fruits, and it's a bit more expensive. I would say from my perspective, my favorite ones are Albert, which is also located near the dormitories, and Tesco, because Tesco offers a 10% discount for students that have a valid IC card. So that's also very useful. For clothing, we would recommend, there's a lot of centers shopping malls where you can buy clothes. We would recommend Palladium because it is in the city center, and Westfield Chodov is I think the largest one in Prague, but it is a bit far away. I think it's 40 minutes from the dormitories. And for the house items, as I did mention before, do not pack a lot of kitchen stuff, home stuff. So of course we would recommend IKEA, which has 2 locations in Cherny Most and Zličin. And Tascoma, I think, is located in the city center. There are 2 places that I definitely know for sure. They have great kitchenware specifically. And if you need some bigger furniture, if you, for example, will live in an apartment, we would recommend to go to XXX Lutz, I think it's called. And if you're not big on shopping and you don't really want to go out, so there's a great place, Alza, which is basically the Czech equivalent of the Amazon, and it has everything that you need. It has electronics, it has household goods, it has, I think, even food sometimes. So you can definitely use that. But if you're used to Amazon, there's German Amazon, Amazon.de, which ships to Czech Republic very quickly. It takes maximum 1 week. So that's an option as well. And for the restaurants, which is, I think, one of the interesting topics. Since I'm a vegetarian, I cannot really be honest about this, but I heard a lot of from my friends who like Czech cuisine, and they recommended to try the Czech goulash with knedlíky, which is, I think, beef goulash served with dumplings. Then smažák. Smažák is fried cheese, which may sound kind of weird, but it's quite tasty. And svičkova, for example, I think it's slow cooked beef in sauce. So, and there's a lot of more options with meat. So, but if you're not into that, and if you wouldn't like Czech food for some reason, there's a lot of options in Prague. You can find anything Italian, Mexican, Indian. So I don't think that would be a problem really. For the service and etiquette, I would say that it is a bit different from other countries. And if you are used to tipping, this is not common in Czech Republic, but it is common to round up the price or to add, I think, 10% usually. Also, Czech servers, they're professional, they're efficient, but they won't be constantly checking on you, and that's completely normal here. And also one practical thing, some places accept only cash, so especially smaller ones or bars. So always have some Czech crowns on you. Okay. And for the actual studying, because eventually we will have to do that, right near the campus, there are a few great places we would recommend. And the first one is the Miners Coffee. It has a very great atmosphere and a really, really good coffee, which is why a lot of students go there. Café Du is also approximately 10-15 minutes from university, but it is specifically a study cafe. So I think it works until 10 p.m. and it is a very solid option if you really need to lock in and study. And Golden Egg is also near the university. They have great branches there, and you can also just bring your laptop and study there as well. There's no issue with that. If you want something maybe quieter, there's a great option as National Technical Library, and it's genuinely one of the best study places that I've studied to. In Prague, it's modern, it's huge, it's very spacious, it has very nice facilities. However, it is quite far away from us, and it is also very busy during exam period. So always there's an option to go to the VŠE library, which is called knihovna in Czech, and it is right on campus. It has everything you need. It's super convenient, and you only have to pay 20 crowns per year to enter it. And if you need to work or you need to do a team project, you can go to the co-working space, which is located on the first floor in the old building of the university. There's also library balcony and Riagrovy Sady, which is the park near the university. You can just sit there when the weather is nice, study, maybe drink a cup of coffee, and I would recommend these 3 places if you have some team projects. Yeah, I think that's it. And for the job portals, for those of you who look for jobs, it is very common here to study while working. And LinkedIn, I think, is obviously universal. Everyone knows about it. It works to look into. There's also a local one, jobs.tz, and it is the main Czech job portal, but it has still a lot of English listings. Glassdoor is useful to research information about your potential employer. Professia.tz and TZ Indeed, sorry, I think there's a mistake. Indeed.com has a decent range of listings as well. And honestly, the Prague job market in English specifically is quite good. There's a lot of international big companies here, so don't be discouraged from looking early. But of course, studying is a priority. And if you're an active person, there's a gym right in dormitories at Yarov. So it is very convenient to go there when you just want a quick session, you don't want to go anywhere. However, it is quite limited and not really spacious. So if you really need something more, you can always go to some private gyms. The most popular options are written here, which is Max Fitness, Form Factory, and John Reed. All of them have a lot of locations, and a lot of locations near university, city center, or the dormitories. And the student price range is usually from 1,000 to 2,000 Czech crowns. And if the gym isn't really your thing, Prague is genuinely a wonderful city for running and different outdoor exercises. And there is a group called All Runners Are Beautiful. There's also Run Check. So you can join any group, or you can just go for jogging in any park that you want. There's a lot of beautiful parks like Riegrove Sady, Letna, and others. So you'll never be short of somewhere beautiful to go for a jog. And the next one is obviously clubs and nights out, because this is the student welcome session, and Prague Life Night is exceptional. Some of the most popular places is, for example, Duplex. It's a rooftop club. It is located in the city center in Václavské náměstí, and there's also one other popular option, which is called Karlovy Lažně. It is located right near the Charles Bridge, and it has 5 floors with different music genres on each floor. And genuinely, there's just a lot of places. Moon Club, Epic, Neon, and you can ask, I don't know, your roommates about it, any colleagues, any classmates that you have. I'm sure they would recommend a lot. However, me personally, I usually go to some Czech bars or Irish pubs. There's quite a lot of them here, and it's genuinely great. Usually it is quite cheap, to be honest. So yeah, and there's also a small bar in the dormitories, which is called Magneto. Very cheap, so you can go there as well. And the last one here is the parks and sightseeing. And I would say that it is one of the best things in Prague is that it is a very green city, and especially during summer when it's very hot, you would want to go study outside. And there's a great I think I mentioned 3 times Riegrove Sady next to Russia. There's also a huge park called Letna Park, Petrshinské Sady, Divoká Šárka. It is a bit far away, but it's great if you like nature, if you like, for example, hiking, not a hard hiking, like not steep one, but I would recommend definitely to go with friends. And I think that's it from my side. And the next part would be traveling and socializing, which is my colleague Adil will cover.
All right. So, to be honest, when I was creating this presentation, it's my favorite part because traveling is one of the essential things when you're a student, right? So I'm just a little bit excited about it. So let's talk about traveling and meeting people, because Prague isn't just a place to study. You'll not be studying 24/7, but you'll be having opportunity to connect with people, to explore the city, the country, and the whole Europe. So the first, the city itself. For example, you'll have a classmates visiting from all over the world, so you'll become a tour guide whether you like it or not. Here's the cheat sheet that we kind of prepared for you for your first time being here, and when you'll be having your friends coming over. So Prague Castle is the obvious one because it's one of the main sightseeings in Prague. With Saint Vitus Cathedral inside. It's huge and genuinely stunning. I really like going there once per season. I really like it because nearby to the castle, there is actually kind of balcony in the park, and there will be view to the whole city. You'll be seeing all the golden roofs of the old buildings, and this is really beautiful. Then there is a also astronomical clock in Old Town Square, which is right in center of Prague. Go see it once, watch the little show on the hour, take your photo. So basically, at the sharp time, it doesn't matter which it's day or night. So for example, at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. sharp, there will be some small show. Some some toys will be going out from the clock, and you will see the entertainment, let's say. I mean, you will notice because there will be always a crowd, people standing there near the astronomical clock, and it's actually worth it to see it one time. Um, yeah. If also to mention, as my colleague Alicia mentioned, that we have a club, the five-floor club next to the Charles Bridge. Charles Bridge is one of the also main things to see. National Museum. Actually, in one of the public holidays in Prague, in Czech Republic, one day, I think it's November 28th, if I'm not mistaken, the National Museum, they have free entrance, and you'll be
Yeah,
able
I
to
think there are
see
multiple days where you can entry for free.
and you'll be able to see the all the different stories, like from the Stone Age till the nowadays, and this is really interesting. And if we will go to the next slide, thank you. Outside of the Prague, actually, there is a Brno, the second biggest city in Czech Republic, Plzeň, which is also literally the home of Pilsner beer, because there is a factory in the next to the city, and you actually can go there and to see how the beer is being manufactured, and you can try the fresh beer which was not uh, poured in the bottle or can, so you'll be basically drinking it from the beginning, and you'll be the one of the first ones. Also, Mikolov is a tiny Moravian wine town that's really gorgeous. Český Krumlov, which looks like a fairy tale, plus Karlovy Vary and Kutná Hora. Karlovy Vary is mostly famous for its mineral water, and you can just go there for one day, just go around, drink that water because it's for free, it's outside, and you can just see it. And if you like nature, Bohemian Switzerland National Park is unreal. It's really beautiful. I was there for one time, but it's really worth it to go there at least to see. Shumava is beautiful, and if you are up for challenges, there is a Sněžka as well. It's the highest mountain in Czech Republic. And weekend trip out of the city is the perfect reset during the exam seasons, which we're having right now. I think Alicia will need to go somewhere to relax. And
Thank you.
next slide, please. So outside of the Czech Republic, as I mentioned in the beginning, Prague and the Czech Republic overall, it's in the heart of Europe, and based on the personal experience, you can travel to different countries, the surrounded ones as Germany, Austria, Slovakia, Poland, and for example, Italy. To be honest, I'm also going there for once per season because flight tickets are really cheap. It's not student discount, but it's basically since it's going every day from Prague to Milan or other cities. It's basically really good for the weekend trips, and it's doable for on a student budget. And for getting around, Ryanair for cheap flights, and for trains and buses, we already mentioned you can use the RegioJet and České dráhy. Both give a discount with your IC card, which you will get in September. And for example, FlixBus for buses, and they also have moderate prices to travel around, not even between cities, but also between the countries. Basically, plan ahead a little, and you can see whole new country for the price of a night out, for example. And if we will go to the next slide, please, thank you. Socializing. Um, None of them fun alone, so let's talk about meeting people. First, sign up for the buddy program. If you need any help in the beginning, you get matched with a local student who helps you settle in, shows you around, answers your questions, and it's honestly a great way to make first friend here. Second, ESN, or the Erasmus Student Network. These are the people who throw these trips, the meetups, the cultural events. day trips, weekend trips, parties, you name it, how you want. If you only join one thing, join ESN. That's where the most your social life is going to start, because there will be a lot of international students where you can meet people from your country, people from another part of the world, and you can just have the connections there. My honest advice: say yes to stuff in the first few weeks, even when you are tired. That's when the friendships form, basically. And speaking of fitting it, let's talk about Czech culture itself, so you don't accidentally stand out for the wrong reason. So, the Czech culture, and if you only learn one phrase before you arrive, make it this one. It says "Jedno pivo, prosím, děkuji," which is translating "one beer, please, thank you." You'll thank me later for that, because if you say it, Czech people are actually, if they see that you're trying to speak their own languages, they will be really supportive on that. They will be impressed. They will be saying you are doing a really great job. And next slide, please. Yes. So Czechs really value being on time. Punctuality is a big deal, so don't show up late and expect it to slide. They're also pretty quiet and respectful in public, especially on public transport. Trams and metros are not the place for loud phone calls. You'll feel the stares. The people themselves are kind, but uh, a bit reserved at first. It's not coldness, it's just the culture. Use formal greetings with people you don't know, give people their personal space, and they will warm up to you. And culturally, pubs and beer are a genuine part of life here. The Czech Republic drinks more beer per person than anywhere in the world, and the pub is where a lot of socializing happens. It's also a fairly secular country, so it's pretty relaxed and open-minded overall. So, for example, in my case, when I was choosing a country where to move, the Czech Republic had one of the lowest crime indexes, so I knew that I'm gonna feel safe, which I am really feeling safe right now. And about the Czech language, um, so Czechs really value being. You, you can also absolutely get by with English here, but learning a little Czech goes a long way. The university also offers courses from A1 to B2, and the Department of International Relations even runs a course you can take for 3 credits, so it counts towards your studies. So, for example, in the beginning of the semester, you'll be receiving not request, but like as an optional course to register. It will be Czech for beginners, and if I'm not mistaken, it will be provided by the Veronika Brunerova, our coordinator. Based on the feedbacks of my classmate, it was really interesting and joyful. Our international students learned how to greet people, how to ask something, how to count. And to be honest, basic Czech will be needed at some point of your time. But also, in the city center, people try to also speak English, so they will be helpful. If you'd rather learn privately, there is also czechcourses.cz, CCLT.cz, and IC Praha.cz, which only asks for 2,000 Czech krona deposit. And also, there is a classic way is going by the textbook. Everyone uses the Czech step by step, which is Čeština krok za krokem. So if you enjoy private studying, self-studying, you can just buy this book, and it will go you from the A to Z, and you'll be able to understand some of the parts of the Czech language. And speaking about the Czech holidays, there are 14 national holidays here, which is quite low, I would say. You got the big ones everyone knows. It's Christmas, Easter, New Year's, plus a bunch of Czech specific ones like May Day on May 1st, Liberation Day on May 8th, Saint Cyril and produce an Janhu's Day in early July, Statehood Day in late September, Independence Day on October 28th, and Freedom and Democracy Day on November 17th. I think in one of the November or October holidays, the Czech National Museum is providing the free entrance to the museum itself. And a quick heads up, on public holidays, a lot of shops closed, so plan your groceries around it, but on the bright side, more days to travel as well. So for example, this year we were actually really lucky because some of the holidays were going to the Friday, and basically we were having 3 days of the weekend, so it was really cool. We enjoyed it much, and yeah, I think the next section will be covered by you, Alicia.
Yeah, so we're coming to the end, and I just want to say, and we mean this genuinely, me and ideally moving to a new country for your studies is really a big thing, and there will be moments where it will feel overwhelming and maybe you're not sure what to do or where to start. But Prague is really welcoming city, and Vaše has a really wonderful community of international students and of course our student coordinators. And you will find your people, you will find your favorite places to go, and we are both really happy to answer any questions that you have. You can reach out to us. You can see that it's not only us from the same program. We have a lot of ambassadors from different programs, from bachelors, from ISM masters as well. And so if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. We're here to answer them. And thank you very much for attending this webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the nice webinar, Adila and Alicia. So right now the webinar is over. I'm just going to close the recording.